Investors in your business. Very fun topic to talk about because it means someone may be interested in giving you money just to own part of your business. So that means there's an upside or at least some interest. There's something fun to be talked about here. It's also a very complicated and complex area. Sometimes it involves family members, so there's a personality aspect, relationship aspect, and it always involves that or money. So today we're just going to talk about some of the factors we'd highly recommend in this scenario. You get a lawyer involved to make sure that you're thinking this through thoroughly. There is a relationship here that needs to be nurtured, but we'll talk you through some of the things you want to be aware of. You may be in a situation where you don't think you need a lawyer. In that case, or can't afford one, we'll help you along the best you can. Even if you're going to go hire one, here's some food for thought leading into that so you can have a really productive relationship there. First thing is, do you really need the investor? That is a really important question. It's, do I want that money from them? Do I need that? When you're, the con there, the pro is the money and the relationship potentially. They may have leads, network, or financial resources that contribute to your business. The con is you're bringing another personality into it. They may say, "Oh, you run it, do whatever." But when someone offers something, there's this sort of natural reciprocal response. They want to see you working really hard. They might view a marketing plan differently than you, or a product differently than you. They may want to cut a corner on a product that you don't want to do. They may want to go faster than you want to, or slower. And all of which may be justified on both sides. There's many different styles and businesses and successes. So just be very mindful of what you're introducing into your business. A lot of people are very pro it. They always love it. Get, partnerships, and these business partnerships make the best businesses, and all these great stories of, Apple and Mac, just exploding these wonderful businesses. On the other side, there are a lot of people who say, don't bring it in. It's causing more trouble than it's worth. As a lawyer and from a legal perspective, we tend to see a lot of that dispute. It happens a good bit. One thing is, two people will partner up to work together, and one might be doing more than the other, or one might have to move, or their spouse gets a job that changes their situation, or someone gets sick. Just a lot of life stuff that kind of complicates it. So your first question you need to really thoroughly think through is make sure that relationship is one that is necessary and important for your business, and make sure that that's something that you want. If it's a family relationship or a friend, that it's a calculated risk that you're taking. All right, so let's say this is a great relationship. We love it. We've got the parameters, the respect, the trust of each other. We're very clear on a lot of these things. We know that this relationship is going to complement our business, and we feel great about it. Well, let's look at some of the things you need to be thinking about moving forward to set that business up and set that relationship up and keep it in the right track. The broad topic here is communication, making sure we're really clear about who's doing what to expect from each other. So what percentage of the business is this person getting, and for what? Usually it's money, but it could be a service. It could be 5%, 1%, 2%, 10%, 70%. Frequently at our law practice at Henderson & Henderson, we'll ask, well, what's common? It's hard to say what's common. Every business is so different. They need different things. They're like, kind of like sports teams. They all kind of have a different little bit of mojo that really make them work. They need, a different skill set at different times to make it work. So it's hard to give a uniform idea, especially early on in a business. One thing we do know is clear that we always promote is, how do we make decisions with this person? Do they have a vote at all? If not, you want to be really, really clear about, what the percentage of vote they get and when, how much money they get, when it's like vested. Is it immediate? Or are they paying you over time? So that, that's one route would be accept money. Let's just say $10,000 for 5% of the business. So you will create an operating agreement that has their name next to 5%, and they've given you $10,000 for that. Another way you can do it is as a loan. Say, all right, you're not going to own in this business, but I will accept that money and borrow it back to you on a percent interest return that I pay back to you, just like a bank. So that a lot of times you can see from a family member, they say, I don't want to meddle in your business. You do whatever you do, but here is the $10,000. Pay it back to me over 3 years at 5% interest or something like that. So those are two good ways to think about how someone can come into your business as an investor. And there's lots and lots of different ways. You can have people pay you a long time and do vesting schedules. Those are more complicated structures that you absolutely need to talk to an attorney for. If you're getting a known amount of money where the relationship is known and the decision making is agreed upon, you can use the Drafted Legal's operating agreement. It'll walk you through some of these. It's the link to the website is down below, and you just go to the operating agreement, and it just asks you to fill out things you need to fill out to make sure the relationship is good. It's who owns what percentage of the LLC is owned by who, how much money went into it, decision making, who's doing what. Really ask you to just hit these fundamentals and make sure that you've had the conversations you need to have. So that's some of our tips for taking on investors. It's a great thing for your business to be having this conversation, even if you answer no. And I want to empower you to answer no if that's what you're thinking in the back of your head, because sometimes these things can be complicated. On the other side, sometimes they can really help you explode. So just think that through, make the best decision you can. If you do add an investor, go talk to a lawyer to make sure it's documented correctly. If you can't afford that or it doesn't make sense for your situation, go to draftedlegal.com and use those resources. They're really good. Best of luck growing your business.